First and foremost, I am very enthused to be here among distinguished guests to discuss a topic relevant both on a personal and global level. I deeply appreciate the attention that our stakeholders and the government are paying to the inclusion and advancement of those with disabilities. Being visually impaired myself, this topic resonates very close to me. That being said, let's talk more about Industry 4.0 and the ground for breaking in the world. Taking a glimpse back into the mid-1700s, we were introduced to the first industrial revolution. This revolution popularized the advent of steam engine for production, transitioning from hand production. This transformation transformed productivity and output in the world globally. Moving into the 1860s, the second industrial revolution popularized electric energy for production, as well as the introduction of the telephone. The introduction of these two technologies transformed the communication and connectedness of people globally, and that's where we were introduced to what we know today as globalization. And finally, the third industrial revolution in the 1970s introduced a wave of analog computers, the cellular phone, as well as the internet. And an overall usage of IT became the main way to automate production globally. So the fourth industrial revolution is really an extension of the third industrial revolution, which is the digital revolution. The digital revolution marks the transition from analog devices in the 1980s to the interactive technologies we see in the market today. And with the arrival of the fourth industrial revolution, technology has become mainstream and even essential in our daily lives. Farmers around the world are able to realize up to 40% increase in crop output, while also preserving their water supplies and getting more insights into the health of their farms. This could transform and revolutionize the agriculture industry altogether. Dispatch operators can pinpoint an emergency caller's location in real time and even get a live stream video of the emergency at hand. In that kind of scenario, instead of waiting 1 hour or 2 hours for the respondents to arrive at your scene, you get instant response right at your doorstep. Finally, individuals are shopping and arranging their calendars at the comfort of their home with just their voice, with their Amazon Echoes. So changing the course. Industry 4.0 technology has changed the course of many industries. Artificial intelligence and machine learning enable personalized consumer experience. Vehicles are driving themselves, and smart parkings will notify you of the nearest available parking spot. So the lines have been blurred, and our innovative agility is allowing for increased efficiencies and less inconvenience across the board in all industries. But what does the arrival of Industry 4.0 really mean for the disabled? What advancements are being made with their needs and development in mind? So I'm going to introduce you guys to two innovative technologies, specifically in the field of low vision. So as it particularly applies to me, I'm very interested in what Industry 4.0 is doing for the visually impaired. Through my research over the years, I've realized that there are countless solutions offered for those with poor vision, and for all disabilities for that matter. So let's take a look at two. The first being eSight. eSight is basically a VR augmented reality headset, which which you could wear, that has a 21.5 megapixel camera that captures the video in front of you and projects it on two high contrast OLED screens right in front of your eyes. It features 24 times zoom, so in my experience, it could actually take my vision from 2200 to 2020. That's like a 10 times increase in vision. So this technology is actually on the market today. And where I see this type of technology going in the future is you will actually be able to receive voice feedback on objects you're looking at in your environment in real time. You'll be able to look at a print material, and have the headset actually read aloud to you in real time. And the possibilities are endless what these type of technologies can do. So for the visually impaired and legally blind, it's truly revolutionary and life-changing. These glasses are restoring independence to people with eyesight and squashing their insecurities and nervousness when it comes to communicating and interacting with others. They'll be more confident, just more likely to fulfill their aspirations. This will both stimulate their economy on a macro level, and on a micro level, it will improve the quality of life of these individuals. Now let's take a look at another interesting innovation. That's OrCam. As a smart device that uses computer vision to help people see, it attaches very discreetly to the individual's glasses. Often, visually impaired people are excluded from information and experience fear when it comes to interacting with others around them. So OrCam is a camera that understands what it sees and delivers information to the wearer through a bone conductive headphone that's attached to the frame of your glasses. So it will allow you to respond to information when the user simply points to what they're looking at. Visually impaired people can now shop, read, get on buses, identify traffic lights, and everyday objects that otherwise would not be clear to them. So now there are lots of assistive tech devices I can mention. Countless. I could stand here all day talking more and more about different ones that impact different disabilities. And there's always more advanced ones being invented day by day. These are only two, but with more research and experience, thousands more could be found. But instead of focusing on the individual technologies, let's look at the problems that surround the popularization and the standards of these technologies. So, in my experience, I recently had a discussion with a UC Berkeley eye doctor, and UC Berkeley is one of the top eye doctor schools in the world. And this eye doctor actually told me that in her program, she was never introduced to assistive technologies in general. She actually did not even know the potential of them at all. And the furthest that they educate you in that program is actually simple magnifying glasses. To me, in the technology field, that's kind of like stopping at the Pascal coding language in high schools. I feel like it's limited, and I think it's important to get more exposure at that level. So if these technologies are in place and available to the public, they need to be spotlighted and made widely available. When disabled people may benefit from being aware and having access to these devices, they are often remaining stagnant in their conditions and missing out on opportunities to thrive in their community. However, the solution for this issue begins with you and I today. Simply by becoming aware of the absence of knowledge regarding the subject, we take this newfound information and advocate for the disabled whenever the opportunity presents itself. The difference begins with spreading the information in hopes that the right person will hear it. For example, by infusing the medical curriculum with substantial information regarding assistive technologies and how to research them, and recommend them to your patients. Doctors and other aspiring medical professionals will now become aware of these options. As a result, they will be better equipped to prescribe these life-changing solutions to their patients. In addition to the need of public education on this topic, the price tags on these advanced assistive technology devices also need to drop globally. In my experience, the solution for doing this is focusing on universal design. One company that really mastered this is Apple. In all of their devices, from the iPhone 3G, there has always been a strong focus on accessibility. The iPhones are built right off the bat with endless accessibility features that usually come with devices that cost thousands and thousands of dollars. So the e-sight I mentioned is really expensive. Although the cost is only split in half since it was introduced 5 years ago, the price still hovers in the thousands. Purchasing a device at this price is simply not feasible for the average income person. So if these prices remain, care must be delayed, and the disabled will continue to struggle daily because of it. High pricing deters individuals from considering these devices as a viable option to their problem. There needs to be financial and information guidance in place for the disabled that is cost effective and tailored case by case. So with the arrival of Industry 4.0, forward-thinking technologies, I believe an end-to-end solution that provides financial and educational assistance regarding these technologies will benefit the disabled tremendously. Many disabled individuals fail to receive the care they need because of this lack of guidance when purchasing assistive technology devices. Additionally, these devices are not utilized once they're purchased correctly or at all due to the absence of needed training or orientation. When I think about this, I think back at task management softwares. How many of you guys have tried dozens of task management softwares, reminder softwares, and they simply fail? Hands up if you tried over 5 in your life. So I think the key in fitting into a task management software is it has to fit directly into your workflow. And if it doesn't, no matter how good it is, it will not work out for you. I think the same goes with assistive technology. If it doesn't work out for you in your daily lifestyle, in your routines, it will not work out at all. And you could purchase a device that costs thousands just to realize it doesn't fit your lifestyle. That happened to me, and I've seen it happen to many. So how can we make assistive devices less daunting and more suitable for those that need them most? Here is my ultimate solution. I've put a lot of thought into drawing out a solution that I believe will accelerate the implementation of assistive technology devices into the lives of disabled individuals. I think an organization needs to be created that provides end-to-end assistance to the impaired, from inciting initial awareness and throughout the journey with the assistive technology device. The organization should be able to conduct one-on-one needs assessments with each individual, dissecting their distinct needs. The organization will then present the disabled individual with information and research on the assistive technology device that that they believe will fit into their lifestyle. From there, the financial assistance begins through crowdfunding. The individual's unique story will be drawn out with the help of our organization and posted on the organization's web platform. The story will communicate very well to the public the big difference and impact that assistive technology device will make in their life. And the readers will be able to easily donate funds to support the deliverance of the assistive solution. The individual story will become widespread, taking advantage of the internet's simple and powerful sharing capabilities. When full funding is reached, the device will then be ordered and delivered to us in Antigua. Following the delivery, the organization will offer a mandatory free training and trial period for the user. The user will benefit from support, training, and orientation supplied by the organization, ensuring the receiver is using the device correctly and to their best potential. I think this is very important. This solution will empower and equip the disabled. The high employment rate among the disabled population will drop. Confidence and independence will be restored. Disabled people will no longer be held back and restrained from interacting with their surrounding environment comfortably. Full potential will be realized, friendships will be forged, and aspirations will be achieved. This is the path Industry 4.0 poses to those disabilities. All it takes is attention, acknowledgement, diligence, and assistance to bring the disabled community to the level they are capable of reaching. And all it takes is starting with us today. So it is a great gratitude that I deliver this message to you today. The fact that powerful stakeholders, as well as the government, are providing a pedestal to speak about the advancement of our disabled community is a symbol of a move in the right direction. A direction that will forge a path for inclusion and encouragement every individual to blossom and achieve self-actualization. Thank you so much for being open to these new ideas, and it has been a pleasure to congregate with like-minded and accelerative thinking individuals like all of you. Again, my name is Andrew, and I